Luzvie Reynolds is joining me in the lounge. Luzvie is a homeschooling mom of two. She runs nature study groups and also coordinates home education co-ops. Luzvie, can you please tell us what is nature study and journaling?
From Charlotte Mason, what it says is first is, let him get touch with nature, have observation. So basically the nature journaling is journaling what you observe, what you see in nature. And she actually started that, when you have your kids very young age, to really have that observation, recording of your observations. If you see birds, what colors the bird, what shape of the birds, what they eat. And by doing that, you start doing journaling. And if the kids they're very young, below 6, and they can't write, let the parents write the descriptions, like you can add the weather, the time, where are you, the color of the nature that you're studying. And from that is, from the young age, the children is starting to have this love of learning, love of nature. And from there is actually they're starting to have a relationship with nature. When you do nature journaling, and there is, obviously you can draw, but it doesn't matter that you don't know how to draw. It's the most important is you actually describe what you see. You're building a relationship to what nature that you're studying it. The drawing will come later. It's not necessarily you have to draw perfect at a young age. And I think the most important is to really have your observations about nature.
So it teaches you to look closely at the animal, and I assume also at the environment in which the animal functions.
Yes, your animals, your plants, your trees, even the weather, even the sky, what colors is the sky. And from there, the other day, well, one of our nature study, we were learning about the weather. I think that was 2 months ago, and different kinds of clouds. And it's like, okay, it's like, and my daughter's like, oh, mommy, that's stratus. I'm like, huh? What weather? What clouds is that? It's like this heavy clouds, and mom, it's gonna rain. All right. So, and she's only 5, so it's actually quite nice to read, to see how that relationship, that building relationship, is also, as one of those examples is my daughter's love animals. So she said, oh, that is actually an African monarch butterfly. And she was like, she is like 5, but she's 6 now. And it's like, so that information is actually, it's not just learning a book or reading or see the pictures, actually remembering that is a African monarch butterfly by doing, and she also loved drawing, so by doing drawing, by going through with that books. And there is a lot of nature books that you can actually use as a reference to go with that. And when you do that, and when you spend time with your family and doing that, actually you bringing a love of nature, a love of learning of that. Yeah.
Do you make special time to do nature study, or do you have a journal in your pocket and wherever you go, you make a note?
I started my nature art study nearly 2 years ago, and it's just my kids and myself, and I realized that it's such a beautiful to share. And also it happened that I'm also an artist, so I can also draw. And so what I've done is, for every season, I put together, or I choose what subject, what nature we need to study, or we need to know and learn about it. And from there, I decided for every nature study, I have a nature table. So it's quite nice. Like 2 weeks ago, we learned about seashells, and I have nature table full of different kind of seashells, informations, books that they can go through. And by doing that, the kids like enthusiastic, and it's like, wow, you know, this is nice, and different kind of shells and everything. And the nice about it is not only we're learning the seashells, it's also we're learning about what poem that we can read about seashells, who's an artist that we can study for that, who is the composer that we can listen to it, and while we do our nature journaling. And I think I love that, because it's a whole package, it's a whole learning, and a lot of subject that's actually drawn on it in a one get together, one group or one learning subject.
I like that you mentioned the seashells, because I know you are in Gauteng, so you're quite a bit away from the sea. So nature study is not limited to what you have in your immediate neighborhood or province. You can actually touch on things that are in different countries.
Yes, no, definitely. With my nature co-op, homeschool co-op, is we're not only studying, we also do nature outing. We went to the bee farm. We went to do nature walk. Now we're gonna go to learn about the herbs. We're gonna go to the herb farm. So, and animals. So it's quite nice. So it's a variety of a learning, and then from there what you can take in, and you can go home, and the parents can go further with the nature study, or they can actually go further with the nature journaling and with their children. And it's actually quite nice to have as a family to learning all together. Yeah.
Luzvie, can you recommend any resources? Many parents can't draw. Others find it difficult to find poems. Yeah, can you help us with that?
I use, let me just show you, I just put it to everything here before, like, you know, so this is my main book. This is the Handbook of Nature Study, and Charlotte Mason suggests to use this, as everything's here. It's a 600 pages. You don't have to go through, you just choose your topic, you know, whether you're learning about, like this tomorrow, we're learning about mini bees. So you go through about the mini bees, and you know, what can you tell about the mini bees. So this is a very good handbook for nature study. And for your drawing, for your nature journaling, I love this one over here. It's the nature drawing and journaling. It guides you step by step and how to draw. If you really look, I mean, if you don't know how to draw, you can always practice it, you know, like 2 minutes, 3 minutes every time you draw. But the most important for the parents is they don't worry about if your child cannot draw. It's just the most important is they can tell you that, oh mom, you know, the bird is, you know, the feather is brown, or you know, the feather is about 10 centimeters, and that's the most important, the observations, the descriptions of what they see or what they smell, or like, for example, we study about pine cones, and those needles, I never really know, is each needles of that is like 3 in a row. So quickly I said, this is actually very important when you learn multiplication, because you can learn 3 multiplying by 3. So it is very important for them to see that and observe. But if they want to go and have a drawing, then you can use this as nature journaling. This is very good. I love this one too. I think it's more for the mother, for the parents to read about. I love Karen Andreella, all her books. So yeah, this is one of the also very good to read for nature study.
Can you give any advice to parents who would like to start a nature study co-op?
If they want to start a nature co-op, first is obviously find out, get together in maybe do start with a nature walk, and then from there see what season you're in, and then what can you learn about. Would you like to learn about the plants, animals, or the weather? And then from there you take it as and then take your reference, and I think the most important is being outdoor and have your nature notebook, your nature journaling, and from there let the kids observe, and they can start drawing, they can start labeling their observations, and then simply just get together and being outside and see what it is outside and the nature.
This nature journaling really sounds like an excellent way to get outdoors, be with family and friends. I'm really grateful that you shared this with us.
Yes, and from there they can stretch it to do poetry and composer and artist, and before you know, you're actually doing a whole a wholesome different kind of subject, and it's just coming from the nature study.
Luzvie, thank you very much.